Given the function f and the composite function fg, determine the function g for each of the following. Okay, so for this type of question, sometimes the question will ask you to find the first function, sometimes the question will ask you to find the second function. So in my personal opinion, if the question asks us to find the second function, then it will be harder and easier to make mistake. Now, this question is asking us to find the function g in this situation, which is the first function. Now I will show you B, so you try to do the A by yourself. Even though I do the B for you, but you cannot just copy all my solution. You watch a video, you understand it, you need to redo it yourself. Okay, now f of x is equal to x squared plus 1, and f of g of x is equal to x squared plus 4x plus 5. So remember, the function which is nearer to the x is the first function. It's a function which comes first. So for example, this one, g is the first function, f is the second function. And the question asks us to find g. This means that we want to find the first function, so it will be easier. Now, let me recopy this one again. F of g of x is equal to x squared plus 4x plus 5, right? Okay, now let me just focus on g of x. Let me put a square bracket here to let you focus on g of x. Here, I'm going to replace the g of x by y. Let y is equal to g of x. Now, what I'm going to do here, f of y is equal to x squared plus 4x plus 5. Now, what is f of y? Since we know that f of x is equal to x squared plus 1, so f of y will be equal to y squared plus 1, right? So here, I'm going to change it to y squared plus 1 equal to x squared plus 4x plus 5. So what we are looking for is g of x. Since I let y equal to g of x, this means that y, if I get the value of if I get the function of y is equal to what, that will be the g of x function. Okay, now y squared is equal to x squared plus 4x plus 5 minus 1. Okay, so y squared is equal to x squared plus 4x plus 4. Now, so this is actually equal to x plus 2 squared. So y is equal to square root of this whole thing, x plus 2 squared. Okay, here I'm going to add a plus minus sign. Now y is equal to, this will just cancel out, so the answer will be plus or minus x plus 2. The answer given by your textbook is only x plus 2, but in my opinion, negative x plus 2 can be accepted as well. You can take a try. Okay, now we know y is equal to this. It means that g of x is equal to x plus 2, or g of x is equal to negative parentheses x plus 2, which is equal to negative x minus 2. You can take a try using this and this and the function f to find f of g of x. Both will actually give you the same answer, x squared plus 4x plus 5. Okay, so this is the way how we find the first function. Let's try another question. Given the function f and the composite function gf, determine the function g for each of the following. Now, I will show you part B. F of x given by the question is equal to x squared plus 3, and g of f of x is equal to 2x squared plus 3. So f is the first function, g is the second function, and the question asks us to find the g, which is the second function. So this one you have to be more careful, it's easier for you to make mistake. Let me copy this whole thing first. G of f of x is equal to 2x squared plus 3. Okay, let me put a square bracket over here. Now, what is f of x? given by the quotients, f of x is equal to this, right? So I'm going to copy this whole thing inside here. X squared plus 3. Now the next step, I'm going to replace this by letters. I will be using y to replace them to represent this x squared plus 3. So let y is equal to x squared plus 3. And y minus 3 is equal to x squared, right? So x is equal to plus minus y minus 3. Okay, this plus minus doesn't matter because later on you square it, you will always get a positive one. So let me show you what I mean. Now, so since I let this one be y, so I'm going to change this to y. Let's go back to this one, this step. Look at this one. So g of y is equal to 2x squared plus 3. Since I already replaced this one by y, so we want to replace the x by y also. So I know that x is equal to this, right? So the next step, I'm not going to write x, but I'm going to replace x by this whole thing. So 2x squared plus minus y minus 3 square plus 3. So this is what I mean. Since you have a square here, no matter here is plus or minus, you always get a positive one, right? So therefore, the plus minus sign here is not important in this situation. Now, g of y is equal to 2. So this plus and minus sign, you can ignore it because you square it, right? So square root, eventually you will get y minus 3. Now just do some expansion over here. G of y is equal to 2y minus 6. 2, 3, you get 6. Positive, negative, you get negative. So this is 6 plus 3. Okay, g of y is equal to 2y minus 3. And let us replace the y by using the x. G of x is equal to 2x minus 3. Okay, this is the way how we find the second function. Let's look at one more question, question number 4. Given the function g of x is equal to this, f of g of x is equal to this. We want to find f of x, which is a second function. Remember, the function which is nearer to x is a function which comes first. So g is the first function, f is the second function. To find the second function, you need to be more careful. It's easier for us to make mistake. Okay, now f of g of x is equal to 9x minus 7. So for the part A, we want to find the function first, f of x. Let's focus on g of x first. What is g of x? G of x is equal to 3x, right? So I'm going to replace this by 3x. Now, let y is equal to 3x. From here, I know that x is actually equal to y over 3. So I'm going to replace this by y and replace this by this. So f of y is equal to 9. X, I know x is equal to this, y over 3 minus 7. Okay, so f of y is equal to, just simplify them, divided this one by 3, divided this one by 3, you get 3. Okay, it's equal to 3y minus 7. Now, this means that f of x is equal to 3x minus 7. So this is the answer for part A. Now, let's go to part B. We want to find g of f of 2. First, let us focus on f of 2 first. So now, let's look at function that we got just now, which is f of x is equal to this 3x minus 7. So f of 2 will be equal to 3 times 2 minus 7, right? 3 times 2 minus 7. Now 3, 2, you will get 6. 6 minus 7 is equal to negative 1. Now we have to look at the function g. G of x is equal to 3x, so g of negative 1 will be equal to 3 times negative 1. So this will give us the answer of negative 3. Okay, this is the answer for part B.